It's been pretty cool. Elijah's always loved horses, but they really seem to calm him down whenever he's on them. He has a lot of stimmy, just high energy where he can be out of control sometimes and run off, and when he's on horses it calms him and he has better focus and listens a little bit better. So any opportunity, we definitely get him on one. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what it is exactly. I know that riding the horses itself, just that movement really is, and he is very sensory. So, so being on a swing will calm him. Any kind of movement, calming movement will calm him to where you see a noticeable difference. My favorite part would be their attention to my son. When we go into a public place and my son says hi to random strangers, most people just kind of either look or they don't acknowledge him. And he says hi and there's about 8 people that turn and say hi back to him, and I'm like, that's what we need when you have a child who has such language issues. For him to reach out and people not get that reception back makes him not want to say hi to people. But in this arena and these people, everybody's so encouraging, and any little word he says, everybody hears it. Everybody's very in tune to him and all the other kids that are present. His progress in the last 6 weeks have actually been phenomenal as far as independent language, him actually spontaneously saying words that he has not learned in speech or scripted. He's been doing amazing. And sometimes it's hard to tell what the source is per se, but I know that this has been pretty huge. Interest in other people, eye contact, focus. When I started homeschooling him, I couldn't even get him to sit down and do a worksheet. And today, he did 15 worksheets without any motivators, without any food or puzzle pieces or anything to keep him busy. He literally sat and did worksheets. And that's been in the last 6 weeks. But the whole experience as far as interacting with other people and learning how to respect a horse, it's great beginner stuff if a child has any interest in animals or horses or anything like that. It's amazing, and it's something that's worth coming back to for sure. It's not just something that you go to once. It's worth continuing because you know that it makes a difference.
One of the 2 biggest breakthroughs that my daughter has made in her progress towards being able to adapt and function typically with her autism has been through Equestrian Bridges. I like that they incorporate social skills. This has been the only program she has been in that has focused on social skills, which she desperately needed. Natalie's been in the program for 5 years. When we first came into the program, she was recommended for the program because of her meltdowns. She was butting teachers in the head. Teachers could not work with her. She had no concept of how to function typically in a group with a group of students. And so they recommended that she perhaps try horse therapy. And when we first started, she did not acknowledge that people came in or out of the classroom. She did not acknowledge when people came in or out, or when someone said her name. She would wander off. She had no idea to stay with people, to be a part of a group, to be in a line. She didn't understand any of it. And I tried to teach her things like, you can't walk up to someone and try and take off their shoe. You can't walk up to someone and lick their ring because it's shiny. Like, I didn't know. I was just desperate. How do you teach a child something that I didn't know you had to teach those things. I just thought children knew. You can't walk up to someone and try to go under their dress. And just all these things she just did not understand. And so we started the program. The first sessions, she just sat and made mounds of dirt in the arena. She did not even acknowledge the horses or the instructors or the other children. And little by little, what got her attention was the horses. She became interested in the horses, and specifically Fibber. And for the first time, she acknowledged that that something else was with her. The horses were with her. She started caring about Fibber. She would ask, could she save her apples for Fibber? It was the first time she'd ever acted like she cared about another living thing. And she just built this very strong bond with her therapy horse, Fibber. And I used that as a learning opportunity. And I said, now, could you go up to Fibber and start pulling on his hair? And she would say, no, I couldn't, no, I should not do that. And I'd say, well, honey, just like you can't just walk up to Fibber and start pulling on his ear or pulling on his hair, you can't walk up to someone and unbutton their shirt. And it was through those slow connections that she built an understanding of social awareness with people that we just had not been able to break through before. That means that I have the hope that someday she's going to be able to function in a job. She's going to be able to get a job. She's going to be able to have a family. She's going to be able to function typically. I'm not going to say that she's going to get it right every time, but she has made so many breakthroughs through just with the program. Personal boundaries, communication, emotion. We could not get her to understand emotion. We couldn't get her to understand when you look at someone, you can tell if they're angry or sad. Well, when she learned that the horses had emotions, like their ears would be forward or their ears would be back, like now she would pay attention to that, and she learned, oh, that means that the horse is curious. Oh, that means that Fibber is angry. Oh, that means Fibber is happy. Fibber is relaxed. And I'd say, okay, oh, well, then this is what the face looks like on a person when they're angry or they're sad or they're relaxed. And just all those connections that she made with the horse, I was able to translate that to people, and it made sense to her. It made a connection. I'm just so grateful that it's been a part of our life for 5 years. I'm so grateful that Natalie had a chance to be a part of the program. I'm so grateful that it gives us hope that she'll be able to have a normal life. That's what we want. That's all we hope for.